Well, hello, hello, hello. It's Sunday afternoon. You know the drill. It's the Mikey Laugh Show. And I'm so very excited because this evening I have as my featured guest Dr. Marsha Smalling. And I hope she's as excited as I am. I have three people waiting for me. I am, oh my God, on my chat. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness, hold on. All right, so let's get the link into the chat. How does this work again? Come on now, Mikey, calm yourself down. 4 million people in the house and we're just getting started. All right, so I'm going to share the link. No, invite. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me quickly acknowledge the people who are here. I have 5 million people in the house. I think they're excited to hear from Dr. Marsha Smalling. All right, so, and she's there. So without further ado, I'm going to say, Dr. Smalling, welcome. Welcome to Mike Laughs. And the people have been waiting for you. So I would say the link I've just shared, go ahead. No, I've not shared the link. There it is. Go ahead and click on the link. We are not following Jamaican time today. She's right smack on time. It's 1 minute before the hour. I thank you all so very much. Let me quickly acknowledge the people who are here. We have J.R. Ritchie, farming in the city with Stacy. Dr. Marsha Smalling herself is here. We have Liz Dear Vlogs. And we have Sharon McFarlane. 6 million people in the house. All right, you know the drill, guys. As soon as you get in, go ahead and like the stream. Dr. Smalling, I have dropped the link. So all you need to do is click on that link. I'm dropping it again. It's going to be the last thing in the chat. Go ahead and click the link. And then I'll see you here and I'll bring you up on the podium with me. Guys, you know I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm actually nervous. Yes, but this has been a long awaited opportunity. Dr. Smalling, if you are having any difficulty at all, would you please just drop a note in the chat? If not, the link is the last thing in the chat box. So if you'd be so kind to hit on that link, and then we'll have you right on up in here. I think next time I'm going to try to stream from my phone because I don't understand. Oh, there she is. There's your beautiful self. Oh my goodness. Add to the stream. There you are. It's good to see you. You look so pretty.
Thank you. You too.
Well, I tried to clean up. Oh my goodness. Wait a something. Before you do anything, I want you to tell them because I have been using this whole laughter. That sounds as though it was the red carpet rolling out for Dr. Marsha Smalling today. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So quickly, Dr. Smalling, tell them how we got connected. Tell the people. Tell the people. Let them see what I've been trying to say. How did we get connected? Are you hearing me?
I am hearing multiple persons. I'm not sure what's happening.
All right. Maybe you still have your phone on. Do you still have your... Because I don't have mine on. If you came in, are you still hearing it?
No.
It's gone now?
Yes, it's gone now.
All right, right. So Well, welcome to the Mikey Lab Show. It's really good to have you. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied and excited this evening. Maybe it's because I was looking forward to this opportunity for so long. Thank you so much, and I want to welcome all the people who have gathered. There are 9 million people in my house. They're all here to see you, Dr. Smalling. All right,
Something
so
is.
it's still echoing. I don't know. All right, hold on, because I just came into StreamYard. So I don't understand, and my mic would have to be on. I don't know. Are you still getting feedback?
Let me disconnect and then
All right, you want to
reconnect and
try that?
see.
Yeah. Go ahead and try that.
Yeah. You hear that?
All right, 10 million people in the house. We're having a little bit of a feedback, guys. Just hang tight. I'm not quite sure what's happening. I'm going to. What's this here? All right, 11 million people in the house. I want to welcome all of you. We have Farming with Stacy, Farming in the City with Stacy. We have Avzor Channel. We have Dan Heyman. We have. I'm not quite sure why we're having an issue with the connection. All right, I'm adding you to stream again. How does that sound now?
It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
You don't look sure. Is it all right, Dr. Smalling?
I'm just listening to ensure it doesn't happen again.
Okay. All right. So do you feel we could get off the mark now? Or do
Let
you
me.
still have the feedback problem? I
The,
think
the person's connected can probably. Right. So whatever we're saying is repeated after.
right, but it usually happens that way if hold on, let me see if I did anything here. All right. How does it sound now? That could have been me. Does it sound better now?
Well, let's see.
I think I'm still hearing it though.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me start again. Welcome, Dr. Smalling, to Mikey Laughs. You have a number of people waiting to hear from you. I really made a big thing of advertising. I'm thanking everybody who has shown up. Dr. Smalling, before we do anything, I just wanted you to quickly tell them how we met. She's still having feedback. Are you still getting? I'm not quite sure what is happening here. All right, and meanwhile, I'll continue to greet our content creators. We have Chen Chen Official in the house. We have Delorica Myers, and she's proud of Dr. Smalling. You go, girl. And we have JP Ritchie. We have Freddie Kruder in the house. Welcome, Freddie Kruder. You know, I was thinking about you the other day. I was saying I've not seen you on your lives. What has been happening? I think it's the first time you've made it out to my life. I thank you so much for coming, Freddie. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. And he says, done, my friend and co-host. All right. I'm not quite sure what that was, but I'm glad it was done. How are you, my friend? I am very good. Oh, she has an echo. So she's working on that. I'm just hoping that she will come back because I don't want to cry this afternoon. All right, I'm adding her again. I'm hoping we would have cleared it up. How does it sound now, Dr. Smalling?
Let us see.
it just seems like something on your end, though. I don't know what it is. Are you
It
using your
continues.
Are you using your phone or are you on your laptop?
I am actually on my laptop.
Right. Here's.
Laptop.
I think if you came in on Mikey last, you have to close out of YouTube. I'm not quite sure. Freddy Krueger, help me. Why are we having a background noise? Do you know? I think that's what it is because I had to close out of YouTube when I came onto the stream. No, but I didn't go to. I'm not quite sure. No, I came straight. All right, guys. But how are you? Hello, 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 Doreen. We're having a little technical issue. It seems as though Dr. Small is hearing herself. She's hearing herself when she gets onto the live. I'm not quite sure how to advise her. Does anybody have any does anybody have any information? I'm not quite sure what is happening. Why it is that when she gets on, we're having a feedback. All right, well, in the meantime, let me just tell you how I met Dr. Smalling. I was invited to Choose Life International. They had a forum recently. They were on the theme of laughter, and Choose Life International is a non-for-profit organization that operates out of Jamaica. I'm trying to keep my head, but I'm thinking of my guest. I don't know what happened. It just seems as though she's having a connection issue and we can't seem to figure it out. Right, but Donovan and Faith, like I said, we're having the forum and their theme was laughter. And they invited me because I am big on laughter over here. All right, she's back. Let's see if this works. And their theme was laughter. All right. Can you hear me though? You can hear me, but you see, we're having the same issue there again because the mic, all right, let me see. Unmute mic. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. All right. So can you hear me, Dr. Smalling? But say something because I need to be able to hear you as well.
I am hearing you, but there's a delayed echo.
Right, but I can't seem to figure out what causes that though. Because we both should be able to have our mics on because we can't, the audience is not going to hear you if your mic is not on. Oh my goodness. All right, we probably just have to do our best. 15 million people in the house. Right, because here's what this is. Afterwards, I'll just have you talk. Then if I'm not talking, then there's just one person talking. Maybe we'll be able to do it that way. All right, so chin up. Maybe you should give us a laugh. Whatever it is that is trying to stop the show today, we're gonna laugh it off. Oh my goodness. All right. So can you hear me though, Dr. Smalling? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say unmute and just let's hear from you. I won't keep questioning. I'll be quiet. I'll turn my mic off and I'll give you a chance to just go ahead and talk.
All right, so you're silent, or do you have the ability to be silent, though, Mikey? All right, so I'm so happy to connect. I'm having the same experience with the echo on it. It's kind of so you can go ahead and talk to your guests. In the meantime, I'm going to restart my computer and then we'll see what happens. But we'll be fine. Let's just remain calm. We have a little time. Let me just restart my laptop and then I'll rejoin you and our very special members of the audience later on in another 2 minutes, please.
Muted, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Right, Sharon, I was saying, are you open to coming into the stream with me for a little while? College mate, we could talk for a little while. Am I still mute, guys, or can you hear me now? San, did you say yes, you want to come up? Or am I still muted? What are you saying yes for? Am I still muted? Or is there, oh, San is saying no, no, no. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me just continue to tell you how I met Dr. Smalling. So there was the forum with Donovan Thomas, and he, like I said, the theme was laughter. And because he knows that I talk about laughter on my channel, he invited me. But he also invited Dr. Smalling because she has also initiated a laughter club, and I wanted her to talk a little bit about that this afternoon. So the point I wanted to make was we have been connected because of laughter. And I did make a point sometime before now that laughter does connect. No, I feel like I get a little spook in my wheel, and I feel like I don't even want to laugh now because I don't understand why the connection is messing with me. Unmute. I have unmuted. Are you not hearing me? Please tell me in the chat if you're hearing me. All right, so but how does somebody else might have a mic on? Somebody's suggesting that somebody else might have a mic on. If you have your mic on, you can't have any more mics on. It's just my mic and the guest. That's 9 million people in the house. Come on now. Tara is hearing me loudly and clearly. All right, so this was how I met Dr. Smalling. No, she has written a book, and I really wanted to highlight the book this afternoon. She has survived a chronic situation. So believe you me, I don't even have a plan B today. Today is her day. So bear with me, guys. She's trying to restart her computer, and hopefully she'll get things started so that we could get the show rolling. In the meantime, there are lots of brand new people in the chat, so I would say content creators, do your thing. Just keep going and we'll wait. in the meantime, maybe I should just throw a topic out and maybe we should just start talking about it because I mean, I have to pull a plan B from somewhere. Here's something that I've been thinking of recently. I don't know how you feel about this whole blow up in the lives of not Diana, Meghan and Harry. But I was on somebody else's forum last night and they were having a little bit of a discussion and we started to get into it. And I don't know if I am mean or what, but I don't know. But I suddenly think that Megan is a little bit of a drama queen these days, and I don't know if anybody shares um my opinion. If you're still in the chat, maybe we could talk about that a little bit. What do you think of what is going on with this whole Harry and Meghan issue? This whole leaving the duties behind and coming off to live here. I don't know because I was just thinking, um, it, it doesn't matter how much you fall in love if you are getting into an interracial family. I think you really have to expect that maybe things won't go 100% smoothly. Maybe they have been a little mean to her, Tara, but here's what I'm trying to say. Do you think that she has been a little naive in all of this whole thing? Because I read someplace where she said she was not so sure what to expect when she went into that situation. You know what I'm saying? How could you not expect? Okay, you think she was just naive plus tax? Because everybody should know that the royalties they're different. It's a whole different lifestyle. Yeah, royalty to yeah. So I can't understand. And I said to myself, no, I'm not trying to downplay anybody, but I don't know if you all remember the wedding. I mean, she had a black minister. I mean, she had her mother wears dreadlocks. I can just imagine how many times maybe the queen, maybe the queen needed to use the toilet. To me, it's almost as though she presented a culture shock on the poor people. All right, so let me hear what the people are saying in the comments. Royalty is, was, and will be. Yes, it's different. It's a different ball game. Last night I said it's like the plantocracy, almost like they're the slave masters. I don't know if I'm wrong. Correct me if I am, but kind of feels that way. All right, we're pausing again. Hold the thoughts, guys. We're pausing again. Hold the thoughts, but think about them because we have to talk. We have an hour to be here. We're going to invite Dr. Smalling back. We're hoping that things are well. All right, so we're adding you to stream. Laugh again, Dr. You have to laugh. Whatever
Boy,
it is that was the problem.
I tell you that this book paradox speaks to me every single day because the challenge continues. The challenge continues. But let us try and speak through it though. If it is that those persons connected are not getting the feedback, then I will try and push through it. Are you also getting that feedback? Oh boy. Let me change. Let me try another.
Doc, I have muted my mic. I'm going to mute my mic. So if that's what's causing the interference, if there's just one mic, then maybe we could, because the audience is saying talk, Doc. So I'm going to mute my mic and allow you to talk. So just take the floor now. Tell us right from the top. Tell us right from the top. I'm going to mute. Are you hearing me? 11 million people in the house. Hang tight. Hey there, Claudette Ricas. I see you. Thank you so much for coming. There's no feedback in the audience, Marsha. So I'm going to mute my mic and just take the floor.
Okay then. So let's just go ahead and try and fight through this. Okay, great. So please, okay, please go again. Please go ahead.
Marsha, I'm saying I'm not going to interrupt you. Tell me about the book. I'm just going to mute my mic. Start off with telling us about the book. Start off with telling us about the illness, whichever way you want to start. Just stop. Got it?
All right, let's. All right. All right. So thanks, Mikey, for inviting me on this platform to build awareness around lupus for those persons who are connected. That's the chronic condition that I have been living with since 2003. And I have decided that I would be speaking out about this, building awareness around it, so that I can give those persons living with the condition the hope that they can live normal lives, that they can continue to dream big dreams and to chase their dreams despite the adversities. So I just want to provide the context before I get into my diagnosis of SLE. So, having graduated college, I was very energetic. I had my eyes on the dream of one day serving as a principal, not knowing at the time that I really had to teach for at least 3 years before I could be eligible to serve as a school principal here in Jamaica. So I was vibrant, creative, energetic, and just being involved in a lot of activities as a classroom teacher. I was simultaneously pursuing my bachelor's degree. I was in Kiwanis, the Kiwanis Club of Santa Cruz specifically. I was dabbling in a little bit of politics and other activities, the JTA, Jamaica Teachers Association. And then my worst fear happened, being diagnosed with lupus. To be honest with you, it was the first time I was actually hearing about this condition. My eldest sister, Gritty, never heard of it before either, but it just happened. I started losing weight drastically. I lost my appetite completely. The only thing I could tolerate, I recall, were boiled eggs and warm milk. That's the only thing I could tolerate. And all the visits to different doctors amounted to nothing. They said I had ear infection. They said I had a miscarriage, all different things that happened. And then I started having high fevers, especially during the nights. And I recall going to my doctor, Dr. Kidd, and I said to him, Doc, I am not sure what's wrong, but there is something chronically wrong with me. I just don't feel right. with all the medications, I'm just not getting any better. And I just think something is wrong. And I asked him, is there any test, an overall test I can do just for you to get a clear picture of what is happening? And I remember he said, yes. At the time, I had to take public transportation because my husband was in a bad accident. And so we did not have any personal car. So I took a taxi to the doctor. I walked up to the lab to do the tests and then walked back to the doctor's office to await the results. And then they texted me from the lab to say the results are now ready. And I didn't have the energy, but I had no other support. And so I said I was going to walk back to the lab for those tests. On the way, I saw one of the personnel from the lab, and she exclaimed, "What are you doing on the road? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here." And I was like, "You, what happened? How would I get the results?" And I remember she said, "If ever you know." And we walked back to the doctor's office, and Dr. Kidd was like, "These results are not good." And I called my eldest sister who lived in St. Catherine. And in less than an hour, she sent one of her friends, a family friend for all of us, Higgins, to come and get me. And we went into Kingston Medical Associates to see Dr. Tricia Spence. And I remember I gave her the results, and she looked at me, and she buried her head in her hands like this, and she said, "I hope it's not it." And I looked at my sister, and she looked back at me, and I said, "You hope it's not what?" And she said, "Lupus." And she explained it's an autoimmune condition in which your immune system attacks your healthy tissues and organs. So we know that our immune system was so designed to protect us from infection and bacteria, but instead it was doing the opposite. Well, I felt a sense of relief because at least now I have an idea of what was happening to me. The next step now is, how are we going to handle this? One of the tests had to go overseas, and so we had to wait 2 weeks for to confirm that yes, it is lupus. My sister and I, we did the research, and a confession right now is that scientifically, I know very little about lupus because when we started doing the research and the reading, the images really put me into depression. It just didn't sound good. And so I got the picture of what it was: an autoimmune illness in which your immune system attacks your healthy tissues and your organs. And so I felt this is enough information to carry me through. Because when you see other patients and the sores on their skins and so on, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And said, I don't want to see anything else. I don't want to hear anything. I'm just going to do me. And I'm saying all of this because, Mikey, a lot of persons, they see the final results, but they do not understand. They have no clue about the journey. So please just be patient with me. While we awaited the results to confirm it was lupus, I remember I was living with my sister because I was closer to the hospital and, she would be better able to take care of me and so on. And so we decided that, listen, we have to wait. And then after getting the results, we had to wait 4 months before I saw my specialist, Dr. Carol DeCulo, who is a rheumatologist. I was so sick. I couldn't hold up my hand. I couldn't eat anything, still the boiled eggs and the warm milk, and I could get a bit of ensure every now and again. I couldn't sit to use the toilet. I was in pain, my entire body. And to be honest with you, there were moments when I thought that might look like mega dead so. But it's just so important when you have a strong support system and a belief in God that his design purpose for you is going to keep you going. And we did the vegetable and fruit juices, and that kept me. That gave me a new level of energy. But I was still not where I wanted to be. I started to get worse and worse. And I remember I just called the doctor's office one day and said, listen, even if you don't call me and say, yes, you can come, I will be there because I'm not going to stay here and die. And they said, okay, come tomorrow. And I went. And I got the medication. Some people might know about this steroid, prednisone. At first, I was taking 14 prednisone every single day initially. Let that sink in. And then my liver had started to deteriorate. And I went on some medication, and after 2 months, my liver was good again. And I can say, thank God. Never had to worry about that at all. I returned to work afterwards, maybe after about 3, 4 months, and I continued working. Still wasn't 100%, but I'm on medication. Started eating a little bit more, and I was able to go back to work and go back to school to continue my bachelor's degree, and was still involved in every little thing, same way, because gratitude has always been my superpower. It it relieves and reduces our stress levels, boosts our happiness, and tend to give us that little oomph to rise from rock bottom to the heights of greatness. And each time I went low, I consciously looked at everything else that was going on well in my life. A supportive family, the fact I had a job, the fact that I had my students and colleagues who were very supportive of me, friends who were very supportive of me. I had a very creative mind. I was ambitious. I was helpful. And so I said, listen, I have to fight this, you know? And I continued to study. I completed my bachelor's degree and I was hospitalized 2 times whilst doing the undergrad program. I transferred my credits from Northern Caribbean University to UTech because at this time I could no longer study and work simultaneously. The program at UTech, you only studied during the summer, so I would not be working at that time. But in my third year, Mikey and guests, I was, I developed pneumonia. And I was like, I am graduating this year by the hook or by the crook. I am graduating. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks and I shared that hospital bed between me and my books because I was determined. The doctors discouraged me, family members discouraged me. You need to pay attention to getting better. But in my mind, I knew I was really not well to the point where I was even on oxygen. So I'm going to use the bathroom. I was pulling with the cylinder and everything to go use the bathroom. When I stooped to use the bathroom, I had to lean up against the wall. And nobody wants to lean up against any wall in any public hospital. But I had to do it. I had absolutely no choice. That's how ill I was. But whenever I got the chance, I would still study. So, students and parents, when I say that we are to extinguish excuses and excel, I know what I am talking about. We should not allow the adversities to get us down. With a powered mindset, we can transform those adversities into unspeakable achievements. We can transform our value moments into moments of value and our sad stories into stories of success. It's a mindset thing. Trust me, I have lived it. This is the sweet part of it. I returned to school after leaving the hospital. And persons were saying, "Are you crazy?" I remember my husband cried, asking me not to go back to UTech. And I said, "Don't worry yourself. I am not going to pressure myself too much. I just want to go and to complete what I started. I am not going to stop until I am finished." And I went back. I couldn't walk a chain without having to sit down or lean upon something because remember, I was going to the physiotherapist and, was still in the process of recovering from the pneumonia. But I was determined. I was determined. And I sat in my exams and I opted not to graduate the year because not to take part in the graduation ceremony because I said I would not do that unless I was going to get a first class honors. Now, after being so ill and missing classes and so on, yes, I know I did my best, but that was kind of off my radar. Not that I was a pessimist, but sometimes we just have to be real. I did not, but on the day of graduation, a number of persons texted me and said to me, "Your name is not on the graduation list." And I said, "I know I might not get the first class, but I'm sure I did well enough to graduate." And so I called my cousin, Dr. Solas, and said, she was lecturing at UTech at the time. I said, "My name wasn't on the graduation list. What happened?" Now she is very optimistic and nothing phases her. And she was like, "Oh, it's probably a mistake. I'll check it out." And that was it. And then she called back and said, "Oh, it was a mistake. You can collect your degree in 2 weeks' time." Now, you're counting down the weeks because until I see it, it's like there was this fear. And I went to the office to collect it, gave my name, and the lady searched for it and slid it underneath the counter, underneath the window there. The first thing I saw was first class honors. So I pushed it back, with attitude. "Miss, I said my name was Marsha Smalling." She looked at it. "Ma'am, so what is on the paper?" You know how some of those people love to give you back attitude, but I deserve it because I'm the first one who gave the attitude. Boy, may I tell you, that's what you call unspeakable joy. And those are the moments that deepens our belief in God and teaches us that not because it's difficult means it is impossible. It helped me to understand and acknowledge the power of the human spirit, the power of our resilience, our optimism, the power of our dream, the power of our purpose. That's it just said to me that, listen, I don't think there's anything or anybody who can hold you back after this. So it taught me a lesson. And I just want to say to persons that, listen, if we want it that badly, trust me, we can achieve it. We can achieve it. And persons will ask, my God, she has lupus and she went ahead and did all of that. She has lupus and she's so pretty and she looks so good. She has lupus and she's always bubbly and smiling. Listen, it's not because I don't feel pain. It's not because I don't feel adversities. But when you feel this pulse, You realize it's moving. That's a miracle we experience every single day. What are we worrying about? Worrying does not solve our problems. It pushes us farther away from accomplishing our goals. We need to tell ourselves that and just believe it. I went on to get a perfect 4.0 in my master's degree. I went ahead to become the graduate valedictorian for my PhD program, right? So it can be done. We just have to demonstrate gratitude. We just have to believe in ourselves. We just have to stay true to our purpose and make sure that our actions are in alignment with our words. I want to live a life of service. I want to live a legacy in which persons can feel hopeful, where persons, no matter what they're going through, they can say, listen, if Marsha Smalling did it, I am going to do it too. That's the kind of legacy I want to leave, you know? So I'm laughing through it because balling through it is not going to make us braver. It's not going to make us braver. So we just have to just laugh and enjoy ourselves. And it's one of the reasons why I formed the Laughing Club.
I'm unmuting to join you.
Oh Lord, that's that's the reason I formed the Laughing Club because I realized that so many persons were so many persons were just going through so much. And I realized that when you laugh, you mentioned that you lose a lot of the belly fat, and some of us struggle with that a whole heap. But outside of that, it helps you to forget about all the burdens and the worries, all the toxicity that surrounds you and invade your space. And I remember I used to develop these fancy agendas for meetings. We've never been able to go through that agenda because the idea that we're meeting to laugh as persons entered the room, then everybody was just laughing away, belly bottom laughing, and it just helped. And so that is something that I definitely would want to restart, especially now we're going through the pandemic and we're experiencing a plethora of emotions, the
Oh
fear,
yes.
the anxiety, you know um I think it's something that we definitely need to do just to help people to find a different way to just reduce the stress levels and just to be happy. The happier we are, the happier the world will be because it's actually contagious. When I'm around persons, I try not to have that sad face, and I don't believe in self pity at all. I don't believe in self pity. I don't believe in excuses. I think they are self destructive
They are.
and just plunges us deeper into depression and,
Oh
a
yeah.
space that's not progressive at all.
Not at all.
So I stay away from that. I want to live a normal life. I
Oh
want to
yes.
live a life where my students can emulate, where my colleagues can emulate, where my friends can emulate. That listen, let's just be happy. Let's just forget about the things that are making us sad and just pay attention to the things that we can be grateful for. And as I say grateful, one of the things that we need to do is to write down things that we are grateful for every day.
Oh yes.
And as I said in my presentation a couple weeks ago with Dr. Thomas, is every time we write down, we take 5 minutes to write down things that we're grateful for. It translates into 6 months of happiness. Imagine that. Imagine that,
How
people,
about
just to take some time out to write
oh my
down the things
goodness.
we're grateful for. And that translates to 6 months of happiness. Come on. If you have not started that, do it now.
Starting
Talk
journal.
to
Yep.
your friends and your colleagues about the things you're happy, you're grateful for. Write it down. Start a gratitude journal and see how it's going to transform your whole demeanor, your whole mood, and everything. It's going to be a winner.
Oh my goodness. So I kept very quiet and
I
allowed
am
you.
catching breath, Mike. I'm tired.
All right, so maybe I can take it from here a little bit. 26 million people in the house. I am so thankful. See what you did, Dr. Marsha Smalling. I told you I pumped them up to come and hear your story. And was not this an exciting, heartwarming, fulfilling, mind-boggling story? Oh my goodness gracious. She has done so many things, and even with all of the adversity that's set in her horizon, she has managed to be successful, conquered the odds, was at the top of her class, valedictorian. I mean, come on. This lady has fought a good fight, and we thank her so much for sharing the story. I didn't say too much about liking the live, but I'm just going to say 24 million people in the house. If you have not given us a thumbs up, please do. And just to let you know that Dr. Marsha Smalling also has a YouTube channel, so you can connect with her as well. That would make me extremely happy. I know the content creators know what to do, so I know that they've been meeting each other. I want to thank each one of you for spending your time with me. I know it's Palm Sunday, so I know some people, I mean, maybe even came out against their wish. I thank you all so very much for being here. She hasn't said anything about the book yet, so I'm going to keep quiet again. Go ahead, power it up.
All right. So I was able to breathe a while ago. And so I am going to be talking about this book, Powered Up. It's my first book. And I'll just share briefly about why I wrote the book, what's the inspiration behind writing the book. And of course, to encourage you to go onto Amazon and get yourselves a copy and join hashtag Team Powered Up. So let's go. I've always wanted to be an author, but I shared the story when I bought a copy of The Power of Positive Thinking, written by Norman Vincent Peale. And that book, I've read several books, but that book is a book that just resonates with me and has been so impactful. And right there and then, I said to myself, I want to write books where persons can hold on to it and buy 4 copies and use it as, their
Yes.
go-to book. You're writing a speech, you go to it. You're going through a personal experience, you go to it for advice. That's the kind of book. And so I thought Powered Up would have been that book. So why did I write Powered Up? I wrote Powered Up to build awareness around lupus, as I said. I
Okay.
wanted to give hope to persons living with lupus, other autoimmune illnesses, and any adversities that you're going through. It does not have to be an illness, because you know that every single one of us has a cross to carry, right?
Oh, yeah.
And as I mentioned that, I do not want to exchange my cross for Mikey's cross or for
No.
anybody else's cross. Not Lisa Hanna, not Shelly and Fraser Price, not Kamala Harris. I want to carry my cross, and I'm going to
No.
continue to carry it with grit, grace, and gratitude. And it is heavy. Yes, it is supposed to be heavy because it will be able to lift more people. And
Oh, yes.
so I will continue to carry my cross. So the book will help all of us to cultivate the kind of mindset That says what? We're extraordinary people. We're beautiful because we were fearfully and wonderfully made.
Made.
We were
Amen.
not born to be average or mediocre. We should not think limits. We must love ourselves. And we are not to allow the opinions, the rejections, and the behavior of other people to determine who we really are.
Let me have an amen up
Okay?
in here.
So once we accept who we are, we must also accept that as we chase our dreams, my dear, on our way, on that journey, are the roadblocks, the potholes for those who live in Jamaica and other areas where the road not so good, the rejections, the setbacks, the disappointments, they are there, the illnesses. But guess what? The powered mindset says, listen, none of those things is going to prevent me from
Hallelujah.
holding on to that dream
Amen.
that is out there waiting for me.
Oh yeah.
That's a powered mindset.
Mindset.
So when I
Hallelujah.
say that we are powered up, it doesn't mean that we are rich, that we are wealthy, that we are without adversities. It means that the power of our resilience, our commitment, our diligence, our belief in God is more powerful than any adversity that sits out there waiting
Amen.
on us.
Amen, sister. Preach it.
That is what it means when we say we are powered up.
Powered up.
Okay? We're not reached yet. It is something that we have to continuously work towards mastering. And so I am inviting all of you to join Team Powered Up because we're not going to give up on our dreams no matter what happens. We're going to remain focused. We're going to stick to our purpose and
Oh
we
yes.
are going to live that purpose until we die.
Oh yes.
Commitment to purpose.
Oh yes.
Commitment to purpose. So, yes, it's about lupus. But for those persons who want to also invest in their personal and professional development, for those persons who want to build better relationships, for those persons who want to develop the art and the science of chasing their dreams, this book, Powered Up, is for you. If you think you reach already, there might be that little girl, that young man, that young professional who you can buy a copy for and gift it to them. All right? So I spent a lot of time writing this book. At one point, I lost the entire manuscript and had to start over from scratch. I bawled for a couple hours and then I wiped the tears and said, girl, you're writing about powered up, so you have to live it. And so I had to start over. And this is what the book does to me every day. So when we had the technical difficulties, Mikey, I never got flustered because I knew we had to find a way this evening. We had to find a way this evening. It doesn't, if it even means to go to my neighbor house, go beg them to use of their laptop, we were going to find a way this evening because we are powered up and we are powered by God, and that's the greatest. It's none of our own strength, but the strength of God is the source of it. So, thanks to all the persons who took time off on their Palm Sunday, as you said, to come and to listen to us, you know. And I say cheers to life, love, and laughter. And let us stick together, connect with each other, and elevate, educate, and empower until the Lord is ready for us. Blessings and love.
Marsha, where is your phone? Is your phone connected to YouTube at all? Because I'm getting this screech. But anyway, we powered through. In the name of Jesus, we powered through. All right. Hey, Dennis Wayne, this was a marvelous evening. 27 million people in the house. All right, guys, it's getting close to time. Do you have questions for Dr. Marsha Smalling this afternoon? Do you have questions? This was a different. Do you have questions this afternoon? Powered Up is on Amazon, guys. Hey, Monique, you rode the pig. 28 million people in the house. Good to see you, though, Monique. I'm just asking now if anybody has questions. Do you have questions for Dr. Small? Is there anything muted? Or you know something? You know, you see how very special you are, girl. I'm muted for you. Not a sound out of me today. It was your turn. Oh my goodness. There's still no sound? There's no sound from me? Am I okay now? Are you hearing me? I think they want to not make us powered up. Amen. Amen. Amen, doctor. Amen. Somebody said amen. We got an amen up in here. So Val says I'm okay now. Yes. All right, guys. Well, you know something? It's a minute past the hour, 26 million people in the house, but I'm going to stick to the hour. So now it's okay. I thank you so much. Guys, I thank you very much. I mean, you took the time from your busy Sunday afternoon. So mwah, thank you all so very much. Doc, it was a pleasure having you. I know that you're powered up. Oh my goodness. But you know something? You have a rich story and you have every reason to be powered up. And I'm telling you, half of the battle is won, or maybe I should say the battle is won when you have the mindset. Yeah. Guys, this is COVID. This is like almost a panic stricken situation for almost everybody. But if you have the powered up mindset, then we can ride the waves and be truly successful. We can still have our goals and dreams and we can still achieve them in the name of Jesus because this is where the ultimate power comes from. We thank you so much. All right. Highly inspirational, amazing. And they're hearing me now that I'm getting so powered up over here myself. Oh my goodness. We thank you so much for coming. And content creators, you are so many today. I can't call you all. Just look along. look look in the chat, guys. Meet each other. Thank you all so much for coming. My time here is pretty much done. Is there anything else that anybody wants to say to Dr. Smalling? I mean, they were saying congratulations. I saw it, and I'm sure they're all echoing what I'm saying. We're proud of you. We're proud of your achievements, and we're proud of the spirit that you have. And we're hoping that your voice went out today. That even people who are now suffering from lupus or who are thinking that they're suffering will understand that it's all a mindset. And if they give themselves to being powered up and being renewed in the mind, then they can handle the situation and they'll be just fine. And she's a living testimony. She's a living testimony that it's not an insurmountable situation. Notice though that she never left God. God was instrumental in her life. I thank you so very much. I thank you so much. It was such a heartwarming and a heartwarming experience. I want to say my platform is open for you at any time. Extinguish excuses and excel. Somebody heard that. Diane Heyman said, extinguish excuses and excel. And right, you either are going to excel or you're going to make excuses. You have to make a choice. Patrice McLaughlin says, thanks much, Dr. Smallings. All right, is there any parting word that you want to say, Dr. Smalling, before we close the forum tonight? Guys, you're on the Farm in the City. Was so glad to have you. You were on the Mike Laugh Show today. We didn't do so much laughing. Now we got the power today. But notice how brightly she laughs. Notice how brightly she smiles, because she has the power. She has found the power. Oh, yes. Dr. Smalling, is there any parting word that you want to say to my audience today before we close? Can she hear me? She's muted. Can you hear me? Do you have one more word for us before you leave? Parting word that you want to say to my audience today before we close?
Right,
Just
to thank them
She's
for
muted. Can you hear me? Do you have one more word for us before you leave?
sure, just to say to you, thanks for again for the platform to speak and for all the persons who are connected. It's destiny. You were supposed to be here, and I've always said when I do these presentations, there is always that one person who is impacted deeply. I don't know who you are, but just remember you are capable, and the power of that human spirit is greater than any adversity that you'll ever face. Go out there, unleash your personal potential, live out loud, claim your power, and of course, impact lives in a similar way. God bless you, and we hope to connect somewhere else, maybe another forum, but I hope to connect with you again. Thanks, Mike.
It was great to have you. I thank you so much. Guys, go out, be blessed, laugh, and be powered up. Oh my goodness. I thank you so much. All right, guys. So I don't want to say anything else. I just want to say, go out, be powered up. A wonderful, wonderful experience. If it made Mikey quiet, it is tremendous. All right. So I thank you all so much for coming. Take good care of yourselves. We'll meet again soon. Go out to Amazon and purchase a book and be a part of the Powered Up team. Until next week, same time, same place on the Mike Laugh Show. This is your host, Mikey, saying thank you all so very much for coming. Meet and greet, have fun, and come back. Powered up.